Welcome to the FB podcast, where we dissect the hottest stories in world football. Can you believe it? The thing Manchester United fans have been waiting for the most may be about to come true. The familiar phrase, "here we go," rang in my head as I read this hot news, and I'm sure you feel the same way. A name that no one would have expected a few months ago is now almost certain to set foot in the theater of dreams. Let's find out together why Bryan Mbeumo is the perfect piece that the Red Devils are looking for, and whether this deal is a bold gamble for INEOS or not, right after the prestigious journalist David Ornstein of The Athletic published the shocking news that Bryan Mbeumo had chosen Manchester United as his next destination. It seemed that everything had gradually come to an end. What is worth mentioning here, that is the Cameroonian striker chose the Red Devils among a forest of other big teams. For example, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur have all publicly expressed their desire to have his services, and they all have a place in the UEFA Champions League next season, yet Mbeumo decided to lean towards Manchester United. The reason, according to David Ornstein, it is the long-term plan and project that the Old Trafford team has put forward that has worked. This is also the way the Red Devils leadership successfully convinced Matheus Nunes and a few bright young talents a year ago. Obviously, INEOS is making a very smart move. They not only look at the present, but also draw a promising future for the player. The news that Manchester United were keeping an eye on Mbeumo even came before the two teams met in round 35 of the Premier League, when the Telegraph reported that coach Ruben Amorim and INEOS had identified Mbeumo as the next target to upgrade their attack. Now everything is clearer than ever. So what about the transfer fee? This is the exciting part. Brentford initially asked for 50 million. That sounds high, right? Especially when Mbeumo only has 1 year left on his contract, but the fact is that the 25-year-old's contract with the Bees includes an option to extend for another year. This means that the London representative can completely activate that clause to collect the largest amount possible. There are even sources saying that Brentford value Mbeumo on par with Matheus Nunes, which is no less than $60 million. According to journalist Jason Bird of The Telegraph, Brentford were quite annoyed with Manchester United's approach, as this put them in a passive position during the negotiation process. Brentford wanted to involve other clubs to push the price up to the highest level, but INEOS proved their wisdom by closing the deal with the player first. And so the battle of wits only took place between Manchester United and Brentford. Mbeumo's mind is completely on the theater of dreams, so Brentford wanting to keep him would not help the club, forcing them to give in to talk seriously. Sky Sports later confirmed that the two clubs had agreed a time to meet to finalize the deal. Everyone showed goodwill and showed no signs of making things difficult for each other. The next day, expert Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Mbeumo had sent a clear message to Brentford that he wanted to join Old Trafford this summer. This means that if Manchester United withdrew, Brentford would be in a difficult position, and what fans have been waiting for has finally come. That is the discussion between the two clubs. David Ornstein said that the Red Devils sent an initial offer of 45 million plus 10 million in add-ons, but Brentford rejected it because it was much lower than what they initially asked for. But don't worry, the two sides will continue to meet in the coming days because Mbeumo himself is very keen to join the theater of dreams. Predictions from many experts and reputable journalists suggest that the final figure will stop at 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons, or 55 million plus 10 million depending on performance. Everything is just in the final stages, and it is very possible that we will welcome this second recruit next week. Looking at Bryan Mbeumo's statistics last season, I'm sure there are no fans who doubt his talent. He was the fourth best scorer in the league with 20 goals, had the best expected assist with 9.26 per 90 minutes, and made the most crosses with 202. Notably, Mbeumo was also in the top 3 players with the longest distance covered in the league with 387.6 and the third most accelerations with 870. Honestly, what Mbeumo showed met all the requirements of coach Ruben Amorim to complete the system he is building. He will support the creation, especially making crosses that not many players at Manchester United can do. Abundant physical strength, tireless mobility, and most importantly, goal output are all factors that the Red Devils need to improve next season. Not only in terms of expertise, Mbeumo's fighting spirit is also a big plus. He is absolutely professional, ready to sacrifice for the team has been a background for Ivan Toney, Yoane Wissa, or a launching pad for Ollie Watkins to shine. The important thing for Mbeumo is just to play regularly and become a key factor in the club's plan. However, there is one rumor that is making fans restless, which is that Mbeumo is said to be demanding a salary of up to £250,000 a week. Imagine this is a figure that exceeds the salary scale that INEOS is trying to build at the club. Currently, Mbeumo is on £50,000 a week at Brentford, so if it increases to $250,000, that is a huge gap. This has immediately raised concerns about whether Manchester United will break the rules of stability in the dressing room in the same way that Alexis Sanchez was a time bomb. INEOS is trying to save and build a stable salary structure. They will not be foolish enough to break it just for a new player whose success or failure is yet to be proven. New director of football Jason Wilcox will certainly understand this. However, the fact that Mbeumo is keen to land at the Theatre of Dreams soon is a factor that confirms that the negotiation process will soon come to an end. In short, Bryan Mbeumo is an extremely high quality signing, a factor that meets all the requirements of coach Ruben Amorim. His versatility, ability to score, create, along with his strong fighting spirit and absolute professionalism will certainly enhance the Red Devils' attacking strength in the future. Although there is a slight problem with the salary, I believe that with the wisdom of INEOS and Mbeumo's strong desire, everything will be resolved soon. We can be confident that the phrase "here we go" will soon appear and officially welcome Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United. So what do you think of this deal? Are wages a big issue? What would Bryan Mbeumo bring to the Red Devils under Ruben Amorim? Leave a comment below, share your views, and let's debate. If you find this video useful and interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe to the FB podcast channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future in-depth football analysis. Goodbye and see you in the next FB podcast.